Alright then, we are back. Last video managed to get itself another copyright claim. Yippee! It is yet another minute 40-second long music. Well, another song that's a minute and 40 seconds long, so I just went ahead and I went through all the mod added music, just turned off all the songs that are a minute and 40 seconds long, because I'm tired of those giving me copyright claims. I mean, I currently don't have the channel stats to do any sort of monetization, but in the future I might, so you know, it would be nice. A little extra income. So I might as well still try to avoid it. Regardless. I'm thinking about it. How far does Colonial Alaska go? Huh. Is that it? Okay. Oh, yes. Right, I can control the church in Qinghai. You don't even need church influence. It's the main benefit from church influence is missionary count. So what does church influence do? Missionary count and strength, as well as unrest reduction. However, it increases admin tech costs. Although when you're Mahayana Buddhist, okay, maybe not. When you're the Celestial when you have a Celestial Empire, admin tech cost is already minus 5%. So basically, you negate the effects of the maximum amount. It becomes possible to centralize further. Huh. Gain improved levels, higher maximum levels of centralization. And I just noticed my church influence increase. Why? Anyway, it lowers production efficiency, tax efficiency, and manpower. So it shows the little things that the church take in order to strengthen themselves. Since a church is just as much a political entity as any, well, large organization within a country. Doomy's got a warp shop now. Let's see, Doomo. Great, I'm not entirely sure where that is. Fine. No, that was not the one I was looking for. I was looking for a Doomy. Really? This has enough urban population for that? Well, it must be the fortification. Yeah, that's a big urban gravity modifier. And I think I was also thinking about getting the infrastructure together to start building a university, just like I'm doing right here. I mean, it certainly doesn't give the burghers a huge amount of control, so while it does raise unrest, it's not by a large amount. As a result, I don't really care. Gold Rush! Ooh boy! Yes! That's a lot of money just going straight into my coffers. Actually, I think I should focus on... that's expensive, but... What else makes sense to increase this one? There we are. Good for now. I probably shouldn't lower inflation. So I continue to make money. So no more rebels. Probably should do something about it. Where's my transport fleet? Oh, it's right here. There we go. Yeah, so it's definitely one of those where I just want to get them annexed as quickly as I manage to. Problem is subjugation takes a long while, and it's difficult to get that done. Anyway, how's exploration of Mesoamerica going? In fact, what I figure is that Maya has managed to unify everything within their own region. At least within the area that they have contacted. Which is important. Because that is how they work. Well, you have to try to annex everyone that you can because you get Let me put it this way, the reform mechanic for the Maya and Nahuatl religion have basically just been merged and reworked in M&T to act like the Incan one. The problem is, those numbers were balanced for when population and development were coupled together, more or less. 3 population dev meant 30,000. Well, 3 rural dev meant that province had 30,000 rural population. Approximately. However, later on they decoupled it to basically present so that the development represents the economic output of the province, not the amount of not the actual amount of population. It was a way so that you can see exactly how valuable the province is at a glance. Youch. I guess I'll take this guy. Cost a lot, but he's going to give me a lot of monarch points. This banking is beginning to spread around China. Eventually it might start spreading towards me. Largest city of the subcontinent? Yeah, that's actually quite a decent population. Mais and Patwin. Okay. Also Archers of Pain again. It's only 40 ducats. Legalism and meritocracy are quickly spreading to here. This province still needs to get legalism on its own, but its trade power is now high enough to make it extremely quick. Legalism is a good idea to have spread around, because that is one of the things that drives the tribals to start settling down. And when the tribals settle down, they end up producing more wealth for the province, and they're easier to tax. And eventually, the tribal estate will begin to lose power. Estate built up a building. Must have upgraded the rural infrastructure. I mean, well, at least I remember what I was doing here. I was focusing on trying to get the... Probably should get a better dock up. That way I can get more urban gravity so the province grows faster. Although it's currently growing at max speed, soon it will not be. I'm trying to get the urban development up here in this province just so that I have enough dev in total to finally accept Taiwanese culture. I still don't have enough. I need one more dev, which is a bit annoying. Yeah, culture ideas are one of the stronger groups in MT. If you can, get it. Try eating some fruit first. I'd rather not spend money. I'm cheap like that. Actually, I probably should get a stance on religion. Actually, I wonder when globalized trade will finally become a thing. I've meet all the requirements for it, and as well as multiple of my provinces. It just has to be a center of trade of some kind, right? Okay, maybe not necessarily. Important, major, and dominant, so it can't be minor. Additionally, urban development needs to be at least 10. Okay. Oh, so port and important center. How many... So how valuable are my center of trades? Well, I've got important here, with the port. And one here with a port. And that's it for me. Okay. So there's only two possibilities I can think of. Castile has a colony, and that. So does England. So does Portugal. France does not. I think they all have trade company provinces too, though, so... I think they should be all capable. For example, Castile has a trading post here. Which they probably said as a trade company, right? Yep. England has a couple here. I'm not sure about... Oh yeah, Portugal is Zanzibar. They also said it. So they all have those requirements. Okay. No, that's not an important center. Here's an important center with a port. It doesn't have a port, so it doesn't count. Okay, so Spain has one possible province. Oh yeah, I forgot. French Ireland. Okay, so London is available. Which is another small province. Okay, so for the moment in the world, there are 4 provinces. And I own 2 of them. There are 4 possible provinces, I own 2. Although I actually didn't think about tech. Okay, so Castile can't do it because you need Diplotech 29 at least. So there's only 3 provinces in the world, I own 2 of them. Or well, specifically 3 provinces in the world that can fulfill the requirement. Sure, I'm only to lose 10 prestige. I'll just earn it back. I've got a huge number of sources of prestige. Stability. It's looking bad. Okay. Why though? Okay, here it is. Oh, raising international influence. Cruel. Controversial religious head. And a good level of education. Oh well, calm and cruel cancel each other out. It's the religious head that's annoying. Oh, finally. I can now go ahead and finally start converting them. Starting with Takasago. Yes, please. 10 more prestige for me. Oh, joy. Okay, I'm actually willing to decentralize. Yeah, I'm willing to decentralize a bit. Yeah, I'll take the Deadpool points. There's no need for reform. I'm willing to let a bit of inflation do some damage. If it means I can gain a bit of stability points. Yeah, I haven't actually done any road infrastructure projects in a while. Let's think about it. When is the next road unlock? Highway network is at level 33. Oh. That's actually not that bad. Although I probably won't be focusing on Diplo Tech for a while, so I'll be too busy with other things. Yeah, this province just keeps going faster and faster. That's right, might be best to get a... Besides, it is actually extremely important for me to get a lot of urban production power out wherever I can. As a result, I definitely want to put effort into getting... Yeah, the reason why I want a lot of production power is because the more production there is, then the more centers of production end up appearing. And the more centers of production end up appearing, the faster I will gain production skill in general, and as a result, I will just simply gain more, well, get more luxuries out of it. Or high-level trade goods. Wait, I've already put the best road I can there. I might be smart to put a road here. Yeah, there's enough here to justify the road. Besides, I have a huge amount of manpower. I don't really have much to do with it. So I might as well use it on something that's actually productive. As well as to bring down autonomy in areas that are pretty close to being at 0. Because bringing... it will do a good amount of there. Let me try that again. It will create a heartland for me that is mostly 0 autonomy. And through that, I can gain a huge amount of wealth and manpower. For cheap. Well, I myself gain it. It doesn't go siphoning off into the hands of the of the dumb and self-centered nobles or the greedy burghers. Do I still have a contra zealous? Well, at least it's no longer controversial. Because that one is... terrible. A controversial religious head. Yeah. That's a very, very bad thing. Because because through that I get less stability. And I already need that stability in order to get anything done. Come on, give me more events that are actually positive. Right then, Let me pick you. You'll get me more money. Quite a lot more money. Maybe get back. Well, I don't really care too much about what's going on, say, over here. But apparently, this stuff is colonizable. Huh. Trade Republic. You're in one of the, well, literally one of the worst trade nodes in the game. The Pacific. Sounds like a bad idea. Let's see here. That's 8, that's 8, that's 7. I picked the most balanced one. Click that. Well, that's going to need a change. Great. Greater nobles. Already maxed out the roads over here. Well, not here. And it is controlled by the greater nobles, so there's not so much I can do about it. Definitely should improve the road network. There's already a workshop here. Yeah, this province definitely has enough population to justify this. It won't be quite as valuable for me because of the combination of greater nobles and clan. Autonomous clan is going to really mess with my ability to collect wealth from here, but similarly, I can just improve the road network here as well in order to get more production power. I should also think about getting forts improved, at least the ones that are important. Alright, I started fortifications here. Might as well upgrade the road here as well. For the same reason. Besides, we've also improved the connection to this province. Right, let's get manpower up a bit more quickly again. It will lower army tradition, but I don't plan on going to war anytime soon. Besides, I gain over 1,000 each month. I am growing so much. I would certainly love some diplomatic aid. Please give it to me. No. Oh. I just need to figure out where Doomy is. Isn't it over here? Well, if they're gonna do it themselves, I might as well get half my money back. Right, another university. Really? I was hoping you would give some to me. I guess it really would have been better if I had just taken the free prestige. How sad. I don't know how much money I'm making now. Almost 90 per month. Yes. A large portion of that comes from vassals. The vast majority comes from trade. It's to be expected. Trade is the basis of a strong economy. Although I will admit, it is based off of the vanilla economy, and a lot of that money goes directly into public services and toll laws. It's an omen. Let me see what my stability points are at the moment. About 120. So I lost a stab, but I gained some points. Actually, let's see if the nobles want anything. There we go. I'll have to take some of that manpower, and here you go, some prestige. Enjoy. Anyway, I'll finally take this. I'm going to really begin investing into idea groups. There we go. That unlocks the 2 later cultural buildings. Although I've only built one of these. Oh well, global R power plus 15%. Since I control basically half the Korea and Japan subcontinent, if not more so. I mean, well, I do mean directly, so... So as a result... I will also, I do have to say, farming efficiency is expanding just about everywhere. I think a lot of the cities might actually be running a bit low on food. That could be a reason why. Loyal. Yes. Yes, a loyal one. That is exactly what I need in a trying time like this. Huh. For legitimacy. This will lower national unrest, and also lower the resting point of autonomy in so many locations. The very least ones that aren't already at 0% autonomy. Maximum control. Okay, my manpower is no longer low, so time for some new investments. Alright then. FIDA. Okay, so I guess it's from FIDA, so I probably should... So, improving the road through here. I don't have enough to do that, okay. And this one gets it from... Wumi. Okay, so that's the best road I can manage. So after I've improved the road in FIDA as well, that's as fast as I can manage to make it for now. The only way I can make it faster is to get... I should have done this a long time ago. There's no port here. Why did I forget about that? I started setting that up with a fishing port, and then I just forgot about it for... How long has it been? 2 months now? Yeesh. Just leave it be. It gets me more points that way. By the way, for the couple months, I mean real time, not in-game time. In-game, it's probably been a century and a half. Support the head. He's still loyal, right? Yes. Of course I support the head. What's this? Oh yeah, distracted. Conversion efforts are going to be a bit more difficult than usual. You know, to help out with conversion efforts, I really should sit someone there for the time being. Get unrest to 0. That will also start lowering autonomy again. And once it's properly converted, autonomy will be lowered even more. Okay. Another Zen temple. It is the golden age of the Edo period. Years of eternal peace in Hosokawa have created economic stability. Arts and architecture flourish, prosperity spreading throughout the land, and our brightest minds are achieving remarkable breakthroughs in technology and philosophy. For 20 years, minus 15% tech and idea costs. I get 50 stat points. Cool. Stills. Forest flats. Oh, that's a bit strange. Exactly how many decimal places the attrition modifier on top right here? It's not consistent. Columbian Exchange. Let's see here. Innovative actually looks to be about the same style as culture, just slightly different. Urban production scale. Oh boy. We're going innovative. Because I am the future. Nano has the better mine complex. Which one's this one? Right, the literal gold mine. Kaga now has better farming efficiency. This Kaga. Well, it's probably going to be somewhere that it doesn't have as much control from. Okay. I'll find it. Ah, this province. Yeah. Although that lack of control is rapidly disappearing. Bison. Yep. Really one of the most autonomous provinces I have on the island. In the archipelago. Heck. Even over here it's better, despite the fact that my capital is all the way down here. It's pretty much the only places that are worse. I don't really plan on doing much here anyway. They're really just a small source of power from the burgers. More than anything. Simawusa. Well, his farming efficiency is improving. That's indication of that food prices are actually starting to, or well, food demand is starting to increase. Which is a sign that the cities are growing rapidly. Very much so. In fact, now that I think about it, it's probably the best time to try to fill out idea groups. Although I'll wait on military points until I get the Idea cost reduction for both of them. Though I'll probably focus on culture first. 260 cost only, wow. I actually managed to get it below the base cost. That's incredible. Okay, so religious leadership is distracted at the moment, so... And we'll cut unrest by about a third, so... More than a third of the unrest effect will be gone, so... It's going to... improve. Extremely slowly, but improve nonetheless. Great. Influenza. I also don't think I'll avoid actually getting some Miltech for a while. Again, I don't really need military technology at the moment. Opera House. What do I care? Culture buildings, not that important. At least not at the moment. This changes everything. Yeah! I got it. I frickin' got it. Global trade. Goods have been... this is... I mean, it's the same thing as it is in base game, it's just that it's globalized in M&T. Like, it's even called global trade inside the entire event. Global trade hub, plus 10% local trade power. And it's got globalized trade present. Nearby province. Casual literacy not present. Imperial court strongly opposes globalized trade. Huh? Provincial trade power below 10, hindering. Banking not present. Low urban development. Oh no, it's not gonna spread? Well, I think I just doomed a large portion of the world. So, globalized trade will just be stuck here until eventually casual literacy and renaissance make their way into Japan. I think I just broke a couple of things. Okay, well, that is an interesting note to end off the trade game for the moment. Well, I can check to see if there's any other modifiers. Lack attack progress, nope. Embraced. Emperors embraced it. Loyal subjects have institutions spread to their capitals. Below 18. Sahara. Urban development. Okay, so all the school and thought things is from art centers. Okay, so most likely, what will end up happening is that it will start doing some... Okay, the only way it can really spread is if the institutions spreading from ICU start spreading to one of the... Well, it's most likely to go here because it's same culture, same... Okay, actually, maybe here instead. That would be even worse, though. Because at least these two provinces are nearby, so the additional spread from an intellectual center will cause it to slowly move around. Oh well. This tech penalty will affect everyone, so it's just going to level the playing field a bit more. And once I finally embrace it, it's going to level the playing field again, yet some more, But this time, in my favor. Which is even better, because it's me. Of course I want things to be better for me. Anyway then. I will see you again tomorrow. Until then.